Olympians made here, really to me it means being able to operate on the highest of highest level, a level of excellence. And having been a part of the Olympic team 4 times and come back with gold, I really believe Olympians are made here. I would go back to the '96 Olympic team. And the 3 people that I locked into, Dawn Staley, Lisa Leslie, and Cheryl Swoops. And I mean, I watched everywhere they went. But at that moment I said, one day I want to represent my country. And I want to be an Olympian. I made the junior Olympic team, but I'm going to be on the senior Olympic team. Like, I'm going to the real Olympics. And I locked in on that goal. But making that team, 2002, my first time making the senior team for the World Championship game, and then Athens in 2004, and so 04, 08, 02, 04, 08, 2012, and 2016. Everybody always asks, what's your favorite Olympic times? And I'm like, think about what happens in 4-year time. I mean, there's so much that happens in 4 years, and you're in a different phase of life, and every single time you have the opportunity to go. I can't pick which Olympics I wanted that was the best one. But I think when you look at it overall, being able to go and know that you represent something bigger than yourself. We represent the whole United States of America. And when we go to different countries and we play different countries, they look at us as Americans, but they look at us as representation to what America is. And you take pride in that. Everybody, I think back to just the medals and being able to stand on that podium, and they're announcing your name and everything going on. Just thinking back to college and the way Pat prepared us and her coaching staff, I felt like I was prepared for the next level. Pat, we never cut lines. You never, in classroom, like in the classroom, being there, being on time, sitting the first 3 rows, like everything that she expected us to do, she expected us to do at such a high level. And so by the time you look at transferring 4 years underneath her and her system, and just a system of excellence, and just our culture was about excellence. And then you transfer into the Olympic game and, thinking about the 3 players that I just mentioned, but the other players that were there, everybody, to the way that your jersey always had to be tucked in, our socks were always at the same height, the shoes that you wear had to be a certain type of shoe. Everything was specific. But I think because of the order that we have or had, and because of the excellence that we had in practice, it carried over to game. And so going back to college, the preparation that I had from being at the University of Tennessee and having a system in place transferred to the Olympics and transferred to being able to play in the WNBA at such a high level. You don't lose that energy, and you don't lose that joy, and you don't lose the opportunity and the excitement for the opportunity to represent your country. My first year I was a baby. I was 2002, that was my first real year in the WNBA, because I sat out 2001. So the excitement of making that team and going and winning with my role models, so it was such a long time in between the process, but I am thankful.